Guhrka Black Ops in Robusto. Hey everybody, I'm Abel K, and this is a cigar vlog. Every so often you find a cigar that is just about 2 tons of badass and a 2-ton, 1.5 ton bag. I was going to say a 2-ton bag, and it's like, wait a minute, that doesn't make any sense. Derp. Alright, so yeah, basically this is definitely a little bit more of a military vibe. You got the skull with the green beret, kind of a, I would say a wing dagger, so it looks more like a saber than anything. But yeah, this is the Guhrka Black Ops. This should be a nice, thick, full-flavored cigar. And honestly, just given the ad campaign and the overall vibe this thing gives off, I don't care if it tastes like a bumper. I'm sold. Alright, I'm gonna get this lit up and see how it goes. Ooh. Alright, right off the foot. Okay, I'm noticing a lot of complexity so far. I want to say coffee, cocoa, a little mocha. No spice. Kind of sweet. I got the feeling this is going to be good. By the way, it is a nice, cold, overcast, dreary as hell day, which is a nice little refreshing change. And it still reminds me of why I've been looking at Arizona and Texas. This is bullshit. Right. So far, my fingers still work. I'll go ahead and update you at the cold. I'll go ahead and update you at about 1 inch. Alright, get about that 1st inch here. So far, really, really strong coffee, deep, rich coffee notes. I want to say a touch of cocoa on the end, like dark cocoa. So far, been pretty good. I've noticed a slight kind of pepperiness to it, but that's kind of like what you would find with, like, well, coffee. That's so far what this is shaping up to be, a pretty good coffee cigar. I'm still having trouble placing the retrohale though. There's a little bit of, I'm not quite sure. It's kind of a complex retrohale. Then of course you overdo it like I did and get a straight ball of just musky tobacco. Or musty, I should say. Otherwise though, it's got good tobacco, good kind of almost leathery notes, at least in the nose. Overall though, working out very well. Burning pretty well too. If anything, I've had to touch up because of a screwed up light. I'm starting to think I need a natural flame lighter because that jet flame just like scorches the bejesus out of everything. So, it's cold, it's dreary, there's a little bit of a breeze, and every so often it shoots right down my shirt. Fun, fun. Alright, so I'm going to see if I can get this down to the halfway point without my fingers freezing up. And update from there. Alright, so, probably a little dark here. A little bit of a confession. Normally, I will update at the halfway point where the ash falls off. Unfortunately, right after the last update, I accidentally tapped the cigar and the ash went flying. So, just take my word for it, the actual construction of this is very nice. The only actual real burn problems I've had have been from kind of a wonky light. So far though, the overall taste impression I'm getting off of this is very much deep, dark, rich coffee. And that's part of the drink pairing that I would actually suggest with it. You could possibly do some particular variety of whiskey that you're particularly into, although I was steering more towards like a coffee liqueur or a coffee cocktail, like a White Russian, Black Russian, something like that. Something with a coffee note to it, just because that's kind of the overwhelming flavor that I'm getting off of this. I'm going to go ahead and keep working this down to the band. I did kind of try to loosen the band up earlier, and they kind of did something that's a little irksome. I don't think they went with a sticker band. I think they went with like the old school, where you basically just have a piece of paper and a gob of glue, and you just and smear it and squish it. And sometimes that glue sticks to the wrapper. When you go to take it off there, it takes a chunk of the wrapper with it, which is just annoying. Largely because it kind of makes everything kind of flake apart. Sometimes it can be bad enough to actually make just a massive hole, but hopefully you'll never actually have that particular misfortune. Anyway, going to go ahead and smoke this down to where the band is and give a final update from there. Key point number 2, I should have worn some gloves today because my hand is getting extremely cold trying to smoke this thing. So, cheers to that. Alright, coming out to the band here. This is going to be probably my final update for this. I noticed after the halfway point that the flavor kind of started to lose a little bit of the coffee note. Started getting a little earthier and a little bit heavier note of just clean, smooth tobacco. So far, I'm going to say my final drink pairing for this would be, obviously, good dark coffee, or possibly a beer in the form of a deep, dark stout, Russian Imperial stout, something like that. Or if you want to completely contrast, go with something like a light lager to completely refresh your palate. Blah, 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 blah. Completely refresh your palate. Alright, beyond that, if anything changes, I'll go ahead and leave that in the description. And that's pretty much it. It's a good cigar. Definitely worth the money. If you like this video or any other video, like, subscribe, leave me a comment. Let me know if you had one of these and if you had a little bit different experience. Other than that, it's cold. I'm getting out of here. I'll see you next time.